I was
Go.
just waiting for a clean take. Hello.
Give us the filthiest take.
Fucking God damn it, Vic. Stop talking. Hello, and welcome to Last Time On. This is the podcast for people who want to watch television. Legally, I have to call it television. But you don't have time for it, so we do it, but we jump around. That's what we do here on Last Time On. We should probably explain the premise more commonly, but we should also probably say our names. I'm Xhafer.
I am Ben.
I'm Victor.
And we're watching through Viper right now. Libertarian utopia Viper, which was not my expectation going into this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Viper, I got to say, this new season of Viper, well, I guess this is season 3 now, right?
Mm-hmm.
This
Yeah.
episode. It's got a very different vibe from the first 2 episodes we watched.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, you missed season 2, Vic,
Yeah.
which we covered last episode.
Right, yeah.
In one episode.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't make it, but I listened to the episode, and God, dude, I was so disappointed when it opened up with the monster truck, and then we don't see the monster truck for the rest of the episode. Like,
That's not true. We see it parked in the small town.
oh, whoop-de-fucking-do, man. It's like, come on. I was so hoping for a chase scene where the Viper's running away from the monster truck and it's trying to run over the Viper. That would have been dope.
That would have been awesome.
I guess they only got it for like a couple of hours before it had to go back to the fucking truck rally on Sunday. So
Well, it has to be to the Civic Center by Sunday. Sunday.
Why was it always on Sunday? And everywhere in the nation, right? Everywhere in the nation had a monster truck rally. I swear, because everyone knows that commercial. But they were always on Sundays. It's really strange. Why would you go to a monster truck rally on a Sunday? You got to work the next day, man.
I know.
It's midday. It's not an evening activity.
That's
Doors open at 10 a.m.
who's up at 10 a.m. on a Sunday except people going
no.
to church.
Doors open at 10 a.m. And are you saying that the monster truck rally is not church? Are you saying that a
That's the
monster
only
truck
way it makes
rally
sense.
is not a place of
Victor,
worship?
if only there was some sort of stimulant that might have a Venn diagram overlap with our monster truck going attendees.
What are you talking about? Like, Monster energy drink?
No, I'm talking about methamphetamines, Victor.
So, okay, they're not... Okay, so the people who go to monster truck rallies haven't slept all weekend is what you're saying.
Exactly.
Okay.
I will say that the first couple people we see in this episode do look like monster truck rally attendees.
Right.
Yeah.
So for
We're
the listeners
season
at home,
3, episode 5, Out from Oblivion, because we haven't said that yet.
and I've got to say, just right before we dive in, this is the worst episode we've seen so far. I was looking forward to trying to see how Ben would try to defend this episode, or if
It's like the worst piece of filet mignon. It's still filet mignon.
I think this is the worst episode. I mean, and I say that not just of Viper. I mean, since we've started doing this podcast, like I can't think of an episode of anything else we've seen. Like you guys did Into the Badlands, and I'm sure that one had some stinkers.
It wasn't,
Sure
but
did.
I actually liked Into the Badlands quite a bit.
Yeah, raccoons like trash. So, but even like the worst episode of Stargate. Like the worst Jonas episode of Stargate, I would still rather watch that than this. I would rather watch The Predator than have to watch this episode again.
The Predator is so much worse than anything Viper has done.
Dude, but this episode's bad.
This episode is not good.
But it does teach us some very important lessons.
And it does?
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
Well,
We've got a lot to talk about,
Yeah.
so let's get
do
into
we?
the episode.
I think we're going to get through this one pretty quick.
I have a lot of questions about things that happen in this episode.
And I've got
I will say that.
answers for you, Xhafer.
I hope
I've got
so.
answers.
So we open on the band Lustra sans Matt Damon beating up some homeless guy behind an Italian restaurant.
Yeah, and this is libertarian utopia. It's got to be, because they're beating him up for being homeless.
Yes.
And in the free market world, the only reason you're vagrancy, it's your own fault, because the free market fixes
It's a moral
everything.
failing. 100%. Yeah.
That's what
Well,
it
and
is,
also these are. It's not quite clear. Are these just racist goons, or are they like a? I forget the name of the weird like we protect the subway gang in New York.
Ooh, that sounds creepy.
No, but like they wore red berets and they were like, we're making a gang to fight gangs. Like we don't do like
That's just
we don't-
another gang.
well, except like we don't run drugs, we don't, racketeer, we don't do anything. All we do is we keep the streets safe because nobody else will.
I mean, I understand that logic, because New York cops aren't exactly known for doing their jobs. So
Yeah, but I didn't know if that's what these guys were. Just like we roam the streets fighting vagrancy, literally, or if they were just like,
yeah,
hey,
Oh,
this is
no.
how we get jumped into our skinhead gang as we go beat up a hobo.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter because they beat this guy up good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
Fortunately, our Viper crew is coming back from their lunch break, and it's good to see Frankie back to his Italian stereotypes again.
Yes, full Italian stereotype.
Yeah. Cole recognizes the homeless man as the Viper crew goes to save him because they happen to be walking out of the same Italian restaurant.
And this music that's playing in the background, I had to look it up because I was just
Yeah.
curious. It's Alien Nation by the Scorpions, and holy shit, that surprised me. I didn't think we were ever going to get actual music in this entire series, but nope, that's legally an actual song by an actual real band. That was almost going to be one of my predictions. I was going to predict that we don't get any licensed music at all, but that's strange.
Is it just me or Travis, our homeless person here? Is he in the exact same wardrobe as Dave Chappelle's crackhead character? Like it's the
He is.
black
He's got
beanie,
the trench coat, yeah.
the brown trench coat. Like it is identical.
I don't know,
Like
but
I had to pause and pull it up and be all like,
Y'all
Am
got
I
any more of
doing
them
is my
Viper
brain
episodes?
doing a bad thing right now? And it's like, no, it is exactly the same.
all I know is Frankie lost me here because the Viper crew pull their guns on these vigilantes, which is a little rich coming from them. But also, he just calls one of them the most heinous slur I've ever heard. He
I
says
don't remember what he say.
he calls one of them Curly,
Oh, right.
and
I see what you did there.
yeah, it's really disappointing me, Frank.
Was Curly the bald one in the Three Stooges?
Yes, he was.
Okay, yeah.
As
was
was
more of a-
Curly Joe.
I was more of a Laurel and Hardy fan in that era than I was the Three Stooges, but
I mean, I'm not gonna dox Ben's son on radio, but I will say I tried so hard to get you to name your child Lawrence Maurice Curley so that he would be Larry Moe Curley. And
missed opportunity there, dude. You got to have another kid.
right,
then.
I know you just, I'll leave that to you and your wife.
If it's a girl, you could name her Lauren Monica. That would work.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we got it figured out. Okay, your homework this weekend, Ben, is to go make another baby.
Cool. Awesome. But we get back to Viper HQ where we find out Allie is gone. No more Allie.
Yeah, she was my favorite one of the.
Yeah, so,
I didn't even get to be on for the episode for her.
Yeah, so
the
since you
sexy
didn't-
tech girl. Damn
Yeah,
it,
since
she's
you didn't
gone.
get to talk about her, Victor, what happened to her?
What the hell happened?
But I got the van.
Oh, what happened here? Oh shit, I don't know, but I had something prepared for yesterday's or last episode's episode.
Well, just tell us why she's not here anymore.
I don't know why
Victor.
she's not here. I haven't thought that far
That's the
ahead yet.
game.
But I
Do
know
you have
I
a thing
have
for
something
what-
else. So okay,
You have something for why Julian isn't here?
yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, so my theory, now I liked Ben's theory about how Cole is actually Joe Mike.
It's Tom Joe Mike.
Yeah, well, mine is similar to that. So my theory is Cole is Joe Astor.
Yeah.
So when they in season 1, when they had to come up with a new identity for Mike Payton, it's not just a random thing. They stole someone else's identity.
Oh.
And now Cole is the actual Joe Astor, who's off been in some other part of the world. Suddenly all his credit cards were declined. His bank account's gone. You know, he got pulled over for a speeding ticket, and they run his license. It says here, you live in Metro City, sir. And he's like, what? So he tracks down, he went and he tracked down Joe, Mike, and Julian, and is like, what the hell, guys? And to take a cue from Beth, I decided to make it gay. And during the course of season 1, Joe, Mike, and Julian had an affair. And they were like, okay, well, this is a perfect excuse
Nora?
for us to run off together. I don't know. She's
sad, probably.
Yeah. That's what happened. Maybe Allie went off to go start a... I got nothing. I have no idea. What do you think happened, Ben?
I mean, if anything, she got tired of dealing with Frank.
That had to be it, yeah.
Just the stack of HR violations.
Yeah. Well, hang on. Okay, let me do better. I need to do better because I feel like Cool Girls is really good at the what happened here. You know, they're really good at making up their own. So I feel like I got to step up my game. So here's what happened with Allie. She invented the vapor detector, right? And that took off with the stoner crowd. So she opened up a chain of hookah lounges with her new vapor detector.
I think that she actually opened up a store that's a vapor shop, and she gets a lot of confused people like, you got any vapes here? It's like, no, I detect your vapors. And does not, like, it is just the same bit happening over and over and over again, and she's just never reading the room.
You know, that's exactly what happened to me when I started Dominion Media Television, when I made the research lab as like the private group for DMT TV fans, but I named it the DMT Research Lab, and I got a bunch of shroom heads coming in who had never heard of Star Trek.
Boo! Watch Star Trek if you're doing shrooms.
I know, right?
But while we have lost Allie, we now have a dog. So
yeah, I wanted more of the dog. I like Viper
and the dog doesn't look up anybody's skirts. So like we've still got one, you know, we're still edging out Cool Girls. But also we find out that even in our libertarian utopia, there's paperwork. And they just haven't been filing theirs, which is also libertarian utopia. Just like you're waiting for your trial, you got pulled over by some sort of cop supercar, and your lawyer's just like, we gotta wait, they haven't filed any paperwork yet.
I don't know if you clocked it. There's actually a character in the theme song, like named character, who's not in this episode at all.
I saw
I
that.
did clock that, yes.
It's the Jonas of season 3 of Viper.
If it's the Jonas, they might just be like, nope, that's Frank now. Because Frankie is doing all the in the chair stuff now.
That is true. Yeah, Frankie's our new tech guy.
Yep.
Yeah, we lost Allie. She was the
replacement tech
guy.
But we find out that Travis Parker, this unhoused man, is ex-CIA, was working with Tom Joe Mike, saved his life, but he's dead.
That's strange. And also, I'm pretty sure we got a Viper model. Like, I know one of the two of you.
Did we?
Predictions was that we would get a new Viper. I think this is because the door when Cole goes to open the door, it looks a little different. It's got like the rear, not rear view mirror, but
Side view mirror.
Side mirror. I don't know. It looks weird. It's sticking out of the door when he opens it. It looks strange, and I don't remember seeing that before.
Huh. I didn't clock that, but I will take points whenever you have an opportunity to give them to me. So.
Yeah, I think this is a new model of Viper. So
okay. Both Ben and I predicted that would happen as a 3-point. So, well,
sure.
But our Travis thinks people are after him. They're after me,
Yeah.
and it's just like, okay, in most situations where you're dealing with a person who appears to be having a mental health crisis on the side of the road, thinking people are after them,
and he lives in a junkyard.
It's hey, this is indicative of like some sort of underlying psychosis. But it's like, he also worked for the CIA. So maybe people are after him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
It's
for him
not
being,
paranoia when they really are out to get you.
and so for Tom Joe Mike being like, but why would anybody be after you? And he's like, I was in the CIA. I got shot. People were after us. It's just like they are being like obtuse at each other.
Right.
Yeah.
And so Cole tracks him down. He says he got a tip from a street musician.
Yeah.
that Travis is living in a junkyard, and he goes to his house, and we find out Travis is living in a Fallout 4 settlement. Is what it looks like, because he's got tripwires everywhere. He's got all sorts.
What do you plan on doing about the jet problem in our community?
How about the settlement problem? Another settlement needs our help. I'll mark it on your map.
Man, I was really hoping around this point that we would be having a tasteful criticism of the military's treatment of veterans and those who suffer from PTSD out of this episode.
Nah.
And then we're back at the Viper lab real quick, and we get introduced to our B plot, which is Frankie has high cholesterol.
Yes.
Frankie's making a salad, which is got a dope ass looking salad bowl. Like, I like this salad bowl. It looks really cool. I want one of these.
The salad looked decent until he poured half of a bottle of blue cheese on it.
Yeah, when he wrote that, I'm like, he's dead.
Yeah. God, I hate blue cheese dressing. I don't understand why it's so chunky and ugh. Like, apparently people eat it because it sells well. So there are people eating blue cheese dressing. Who are you people? I don't get it. Ben, why? You're part of the problem.
Blue cheese serves exactly one purpose, and that's when I want to dip my wings in something that isn't ranch.
See, why would you want to do that, though? Anyway, that's the discussion.
Vic, I like doing it with the extra, extra, extra spicy wings, because then you get a nice, like, umami mouth coat of the super hot.
No, you don't. Stop.
Yes,
it's just
you do.
hot. Okay. Your palate is pedestrian at best. But anyway, so Frankie's making a salad. Then we bounce back over to Cole's apartment.
Yeah.
And Travis wakes up, starts freaking out again, and Cole's like, "Don't worry, I respected your wishes, and I didn't take you to a hospital. I took you to my apartment." And apparently he has like an on-call doc.
Yeah. But then he
set up an
proceeds,
IV in his bedroom.
This episode, I kept waiting for the turn where it's, haha, we made it look like we were screwing everything up, but we actually were one step ahead of you. They're just bad at solving crimes this episode.
They really are.
Because they're like, hey, my buddy used to be in the CIA. He disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Says, don't take me to a hospital. Nobody can know I'm alive. Okay, I'll take him back. Treat him at my own house.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to throw all of his information and fingerprints into a CIA computer.
Yeah. He put it on the data web.
Yeah.
It says he ran the laser scanner over Travis's fingertips, and that sets off some kind of alarm at a CIA Blue office.
Yeah.
He calls back over to the Viper lab and has what's her name? It starts with a W.
Cameron.
Huh?
Westlake.
No.
Cameron Westlake.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'd like to point out that in the background here, we are only 8 minutes into this episode, and Frankie is on his third shirt.
When you eat a salad with that much dressing, it's gonna be a mess.
He has to change his shirt. Yeah.
That would have been the best like background gag. He's just like Weather being like, yes, my friend from the CIA, he's being hunted. Frankie's just in the background like, oh man.
I got cannoli on my shirt.
Will a Tide Pen take out blue cheese?
Yeah. So the CIA is just like super fucking corrupt guys. And so, and this is a libertarian utopia. So they just need to get in there and clean it out and just like offer everyone a buyout in the CIA, and whoever takes it wasn't going to stay anyways. Hold on, I'm getting a push notification on my, son of a bitch.
Hey, would like to know your location. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, the mysterious CIA agent in the most blue-lit office I've ever seen picks up the phone, and the dossier of Travis comes up. Find out he's codenamed Wolverine.
The Wolverine.
Now,
And it says on here, I paused it, Travis's date of birth is 0490312. Now, I've looked at this several times, and I can't make any fucking sense of this. Like, I don't know what the hell that means.
it means he's a time traveler.
That would have made this episode so much better.
Last time on, Viper went so fast it broke the space-time continuum.
1.21 gigawatts.
And so now little bits of the future and the past are being thrown around.
Oh, I wish we would have gotten that episode.
That
would've been
would
so
be
much
such
better.
a better show than this.
Yeah.
So we now cut to a living room
Yeah.
with a bassinet.
Right?
How long did it take for you guys to figure out these are not characters we're supposed to know?
Oh man, I still by the end of this episode I'm convinced we have to have been introduced to these characters before because they get so much the two of them camera time.
Yes.
I fucking hate this couple so much. The CIA newlyweds.
I call them Mr. and Mrs. Smith in my notes.
That's
I
what
think
it
we get a
feels like.
different name for them
Yeah.
at some point, but
It's Marshall and Luis.
Yes.
I feel like someone wanted to backdoor pilot the Marshall and Luis show because we get so
Yeah.
much about this couple that just doesn't matter.
Yeah, but they are talking about, oh, we've already
Making
got
a
the
baby.
bassinet. We're going to have a baby. Are we going to have it the old-fashioned way? Are we going to adopt? Well, we can talk about it with a counselor. And I'm like, hey, good on you guys.
And then Marshall gets a phone call saying, "Oh, well, enough of this baby talk. We got to go murder someone."
Yep.
yep.
But I spent a good 45 seconds to a minute and a half being like, are these part of our Viper team? Like,
I had to like pause and make sure that something didn't happen and it's changed episodes or something. Like I was convinced that this was not what I was supposed to be watching.
Right.
so this is the most avant-garde, pushing the envelope of what you can do with daytime evening television. Like
God.
this is Viper just expanding what you can get out of a car-based action show.
It's expanding
Like,
a bunch of bullshit as well.
It's so well done. Like
Really,
'cause
Ben?
we've just got so many questions.
I was curious if you were gonna try to find some kind of silver lining in this episode, or just admit
God.
that it's crap. But no,
Did
you're
you-
doubling down on this. All right,
Ben, quick question. Did you go for some gummy bears and grab the jazz gummies on accident and eat a handful before recording?
No, I'm not
Asking
you
for a
watching
friend.
Cats.
That was a bad day.
So now we get the deputy director of the CIA, and he's showed up at Viper, and he's just like, "Give me Parker. I need to find him."
Yep.
Yeah, and while he's meeting with Cole and Westlake, back at Viper HQ, Frankie returns with groceries, and he's now on his fourth shirt for the episode.
Yeah, we get
Frankie
brand
shirt count.
product placement.
Yeah, and the CIA agent man wants to meet with Cole, and we find out that pretty quickly that was just a distraction to get him out of the apartment. So the horny couple, along with some random CIA goons, can drop in and assassinate Travis, and they accidentally shoot one of their own in the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Yeah.
They bust open the door, shoot up the bed, and it's not Travis in the bed, it's our goon that we just sent in 2 minutes ago.
We also skipped a bit where we find out that Travis is a hardcore alcoholic.
Oh, right,
Yes.
right.
He's detoxing, like having a hard go of it.
Before
And
Cole leaves, he wakes up and asks him where some drink is, and he's all, "Nah, I don't know. Okay, I'll be fine." And after Cole leaves, Travis channels Frank Gallagher and like has his booze radar, and immediately finds a bottle of scotch or gin or something on it.
it was brown, so
Yeah. not
whiskey or
gin,
rum.
Probably. It'd be a weird gin.
But we do get a line here that encapsulates how I play video games. Because Parker is just like, why you always making the good choices, like, nobody's keeping score. And Tom Joe Mike is just like, I am. And
Everyone liked that.
But it's just like this the sort of thing where it's just like, hey, why don't you ever follow the bad guy path? Because making people sad makes me feel bad. And so it's just like, why did it take me 7 playthroughs of Mass Effect before I was ever like, all right, I guess I'll try a Renegade. And I still had full Paragon points. I was just also a dick, at certain points.
Yeah, doesn't Baldur's Gate 3 have like a Dark Urge path you can follow?
Yeah, I can't do it.
Yeah, see, that's what I do, though. Whenever I play a game and I have the option to be the bad guy, I love playing the bad guy. That's me. I think it's because, despite everything, all my best efforts, I have morals and I have to do the right thing in real life most of the time. So it's nice to release. And it's like, I don't want to be the good guy in my fantasy time. I want to be the evil overlord,
Yeah, it's an escape.
Anyway, speaking of...
See, my power fantasy is helping people.
Weird.
Because you can't do it in real life.
Sorry, we need more people like you in the world, Ben.
I do work for a mortgage company, so like...
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
I help people get into the homes of their dreams, Victor.
Out in suburbia.
Anyways, we learned that Travis was charged with treason.
Treason!
For selling secrets to, air quotes, the enemy.
And, so, did we ever find out what this undisclosed location is where Travis finds Cole, or Cole finds Travis and he ambushes him?
It's his apartment.
Wait, it's
So
Cole's apartment or Travis?
Yeah, it's Cole's apartment. He never left.
He goes back
I've
to
been
his
here
room.
the whole time.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's when the goons came in, Travis was hiding, and he managed to hide the whole time they were there because he was just like, well, this is the one place they think I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering where they were.
Yeah.
That's strange. Huh.
But we also find out
His
there were
Wolverine
2
skills.
squads of goons, allegedly.
No, I think they were... Okay, allegedly, yeah.
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 So the story we are being told is some bad guys showed up, and then by the time the CIA crew showed up, it was already cleaned.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And when Travis ambushes Cole here, dude, he's got the biggest crazy Gowron eyes going on. He gets him. Yeah. Then we bounce back over to the horny newlyweds assassin's house.
Yeah.
Luis is doing some computer hacking in her bra, and finds
Right.
out. Yeah.
So fucking weird.
Mm-hmm. And it's just, yeah, she finds out that the Viper has a radio frequency that it emits or something that they can use to track them down.
Yeah. So
And then they go back to trying to make a baby.
It is
so.
very, very this is very confusing because the Viper project is so classified, they can't get in except to find out the we can track Viper code.
Right. They went to their MySpace page, and Ursula was like, "Hit me up on WhatsApp at this number." Yeah.
But we also find at the end of the scene where Travis Parker is talking to Tom Joe Mike, we see a laser light on Travis, and he's about to get shot, and now Cole repays the favor.
Yep.
And it's just like,
Snipper.
why do you put a laser dot on your sniper scope, man? Like,
Yeah.
To help you aim, duh.
yeah, but if you didn't have that there, you would have killed him.
They hadn't invented scopes yet.
Yeah.
I do love the unnecessary laser dot. Like, it reminds
the
me
future.
of the final episode of Breaking Bad, when you guys saw that one, right, where they had the laser pointers and they were...
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was great. That was great.
Detective Westlake continues to talk to the CIA guy, who's a real pain in the kiss. God. Okay. I'm trying to make a kiss-ass Kissinger pun, and it doesn't work here.
The effort is there.
Yeah. Detective Westlake continues to talk to the CIA guy, who's a real pain in the ass about things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Travis lets Cole know that he's got evidence in a dead drop somewhere, but it's kind of difficult to get to, but it's nearby. So they suggest driving over to get it, but he's like, that Viper car you got's pretty flashy. We should get a different car. And I think he calls back to Frankie and has him turn it into a Ford Taurus with the hollow emitter.
Yes.
Yeah. And by the way, Frankie's on shirt number 5 now.
Frankie shirt watch.
Yeah, no, it was just so jarring because I'm like, he's got the polka dot shirt, he's got a blue stripy shirt, he's got a beige shirt, and I don't know why I clocked this so much, but it's just very distracting to me. Then we bounce back over to the stupid horny couple. Dude comes down from the bedroom with his shirt off, gross.
We find out he's shooting blanks.
Yep.
Like, we find out so much about these guys.
I know, and I'm this whole time, I'm like,
so
I don't
weird.
fucking care. Who is this couple? I don't give a shit.
This is why they have to be characters from previous episodes. It's the only thing that makes sense.
I'm gonna make a note to look it up because I don't think they are. I think this was
I think this
writer,
is just the genius of Viper.
Whatever writer they had to write this episode really wanted to do their own spin-off series of Marshall and Luis, the newlywed CIA agents.
Yeah.
Also, when this episode does fall victim to the, like, we are 25 minutes in and now finally Tom Joe Mike is just like, so why are people trying to kill you? And it's just like, that would have been my immediate follow-up question to, hey, Ben, did you know people are trying to kill me? Mm-hmm. Okay, maybe we'll talk about this in 2 days in storyline time. It's like, no, that is my immediate follow-up.
Yeah.
But why?
They didn't have this conversation on the drive over. They
just
sat in silence the entire way. Yeah. So they go to the Patty Shack.
Yes.
Yep.
Adding beautiful world building.
I do like the Patty Shack. I would love it if the Patty Shack becomes a regular stop in this show.
I would rather have all of the time dedicated to our C plot of Mr. and Mrs. Smith's child conception saga be dedicated to the Patty Shack.
Yeah. This is where okay, so in this scene, this is where Travis actually gets shot. He gets shot by Luis with a snipper rifle, and he actually gets hit this time. So then we get a pretty low-speed car chase.
Yeah,
they're like, this Ford Taurus is pretty fast, you know? And he calls up Frankie to have Frankie do a decoy to send the Taurus in one direction while the Viper drives, which is interesting because if it's a hologram, you see them get in and out.
Stop
of
thinking, Vic.
Okay, all right.
But we just see them get out of the car, and it's just like, but
it's
the doors.
How did they change the interior? I don't know. Whatever.
How does the hologram move independent of the projector projecting the hologram?
Holograms don't work like that. I don't know. It's future Viper tech. So then they decide they need to go to the burger shop to recover the dead drop that Travis has with all the evidence. Now, this is probably my favorite part of the episode. Is Frankie?
Well, because this is proof that if you just wear a jumpsuit or have a clipboard, people will let you do anything. Having been a manager at a CVS, these people react much more quickly than I would to a situation where if somebody was digging up a hole in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Partially because like they do have more staff here than I ever did at CVS.
What, 2
where it's
people?
just like, hey, I would really like to be asking these people questions about digging a giant hole in my parking lot. But I'm also doing 3 people's jobs right now, so I'll deal with you later.
Fast food workers do not get paid enough to give a shit about what the hell's going on with these construction workers or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the only reason they do is because they do it in the drive-through, which is blocking the drive-through. I love the Patty Shack drive-through window worker. He looks like the biggest dork ever with this little hat on. He's like, what are you guys doing? This guy is so goofy.
Important to note here, our assistant manager comes out And Frankie flirts with her.
Yes, he does.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, yeah, I still got it. What time you get off?
Tries to flirt his way into a free burger, which fails. I was hoping that Frankie would at least get a
Well,
free
no,
burger.
because she does come back out and say, I get off at 6:30.
She did say that, yeah. That
Yeah.
was pretty awesome. That was good.
But,
was a good
like,
Frankie
they
moment.
spend start of job to finish to job 3 minutes digging this thing up.
Yeah.
Impressive.
Somebody is able to find the manager. The manager isn't doing something right now. Is able to come out, talk to them, go back in, call the gas company, get a representative who's able to say, hey, no, we have no record of this, and then come back out and be like, hey, they don't know why you're here.
It's
Well,
more
Ben-
the libertarian utopia.
Exactly. This is what happens when you don't have stupid government regulations preventing you from answering the phones. Yeah, that's it. Nailed it.
What was that guy's name? Who was the big libertarian candidate in the early 2000s? Was it Ron Paul?
Yeah.
Ron Paul.
Okay, I'm gonna do a logo of Ron Paul driving a Dodge Viper, being like libertarian utopia. Okay, so
We might not get the attention that we want. I feel like if you see that, you might not know
that
it's
we're
a
doing
joke.
Yeah.
We're making fun of the show.
That is true. I'm trying to think about how I could make it silly and ridiculous, but then that
Just use
Yeah.
the "it's happening," Ron Paul.
Yeah.
But this is also it's important to note at the end of this scene, Frankie has a date.
Frankie has a date. Yeah, that kills my my prediction of Frankie being the
Autosexual.
Autosexual, yeah, only being attracted to cars. But well, although last episode there was, I feel like I should get at least one bonus point because he did exactly what I thought he would do, where he goes to
Right
it
past
looks like-
Allie and kisses the car.
and hugs his car. Yeah. But yeah, back at Walker. I keep wanting to call her Walker. What's her name? Cameron.
Westlake.
Westlake. Back at Westlake's office.
Yeah,
She shows him the
deputy
dead drop.
director. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing they got from Travis's dead drop that has the list of corrupt CIA agents, and Marshall and Luis are on it, and he's all just like, "Oh no, well I know them personally; they're very professional." And then we cut over to their bedroom where they're making homemade porn.
Yes. Fuck. We are seeing conception.
Yeah. God, I hate this cup. This is so unnecessary. Like, look, man, I appreciate some X-rated adult videos now and then, okay? All right, but this is just feels so out of place and gross.
It's so weird. Like, this is the kind of thing where if someone were to walk in on me watching this, I would have to explain what I was watching and why.
I would.
This is the meme Viper most of the time. Car chase. Viper when my parents walk in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See plot characters making a sex tape. It's
I
just
would
like, oh,
click
no.
the tab. I would click the tab over to Pornhub because that's easier to explain.
But also,
I'm
guys,
just watching some weird porn.
so
so
guys,
much easier.
you find out. So say you're Cameron Westlake. You're a smart person.
Detective.
You find out that there's a secret sect inside the CIA.
They've got a Section 31 going on.
It is exactly Section 31.
I care
And-
about it exactly as much as I do the Section 31 movie.
Hey, Sam Richardson is in it, and I love him.
I do love Sam Richardson.
But bad guys at the CIA. I've got a big list of them. All right, deputy director's not on it. Cool. The one guy I've met isn't on it. Do you give the list of bad CIA guys to the CIA? Or
I mean-
do you be like, hey, FBI, here you go. You
That would be the-
investigate them.
Yeah. That's a good point. Yeah.
Well, Ben, in our libertarian utopia, we've gotten rid of so much government waste. The FBI isn't different from the CIA anymore.
I mean, they do talk about they're using a FBI team to bring in Travis, so they are at least working together. If it could be they're under the same umbrella. It could be they've been brought together.
You go to the DOJ is who you go to.
Nah, I think you go to CBS. So anyway, so back at Frankie, I'm just going to call it Frankie HQ. Frankie comes back from his second grocery trip, and this is where he unloads
all the oat bran.
Yeah. We're on shirt number 6 now. Now, I do love...
Does that include the gas line uniform?
No, I did not include that. So that's
shirt number 7.
Yeah, but that's a whole jumpsuit of disguise. I could make an excuse for that. But yeah, now he's on his blue and green Hawaiian shirt. But I got to say, I fucking love the Viper screensaver that is on Frankie's computer.
Yes.
Dude, I need that. Discord listeners, some of you guys are smart. I don't know, Xhafer, if you get a break at work, can you make me a Viper screensaver?
You know screensavers don't exist anymore, right?
They do if you... There's got to be a way to make a screensaver. I mean, my Roku has a screensaver. I can get one for my laptop, Actually, make me a Roku screensaver for Viper. Yeah, do that.
But we now find out that after leaving the screensaver, Frankie goes and he opens up Audacity because we see all the waveforms, and we can't reach Tom, Joe, Mike.
Oh, right. Yeah, they're being jammed.
Yeah.
They've lost the beeps, the sweeps, and the creeps.
These lights are blinking out of sequence. Yeah, and so I guess I don't really catch what's happening here, but Cole and Travis,
they went back already to his hideout and disassembled all of his booby traps but one.
Right.
Yep.
And I will say, for as masterful as this episode is, I was expecting at this point to get to Tom, Joe, Mike, and Travis at the place and being like, and of course, we told them right where you are, knowing that this will bring all of the bad guys to us. We've been a step ahead the whole time. And instead they're just like, huh? Why is there bad guys? And I'm like, oh no.
Yeah. They're completely oblivious to the ambush until they see out of the corners of their eyes and the reflection, the goons surrounding them.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, it's a trap. Most obvious trap ever. Meeting in this junkyard.
There is a screenwriting, rule that you actually like to have your audience about a step ahead of our protagonists in a lot of situations, because it makes the audience feel smart. It makes you feel good.
Yeah.
You don't want the audience to be around the block and halfway on their way to Albuquerque before the characters are like, oh no, bad guys.
Speaking of Albuquerque, did you guys watch that Breaking Bad episode where they meet with Tuco?
No.
And there was one episode where it was one of the first season, they're first getting started, and
nope,
and
that.
Heisenberg sets up a meeting with Tuco to sell some meth, and he tells him to meet in the junkyard.
Oh, we did see
we
this.
Did see that.
Okay,
yes.
Yeah. It's like, why didn't we just go to Taco Loco, dude? Yeah, that's what I'm saying to this scene right here. It's like, you never set up a meeting in the junkyard. That's almost as bad as having a meeting in front of an airlock, dude. Like, you never want to do that. It's not going to turn out good for anyone.
Speaking of not turning out good for anyone, how many bullets do you think they fired here? Because I did a little softball math. I counted how many bullets I heard fire in a second, and then I soft timed the entire sequence.
That is what everybody on Tinder accuses me of doing.
And that's it. That's the episode. Nothing else
We're not going to get anything
anymore.
better than that. Yeah. That's just one thing I noticed about Viper is that no one has regular guns here, except maybe our good guys. Everyone's got these badass submachine guns. But Libertarian Utopia, no gun laws, right? Is that part
also
of
just nobody has any trigger control? Yeah. They're just spraying bullets. It's like, you guys are supposed to be CIA assassins. they're Tom, Joe, Mike, and Travis have legit full conversations while being shot at. And it's just like, I could have killed him in this time.
It's because our horny newlyweds got interrupted during their horny time, and they're distracted. You know, you gotta clear the pipes before you go out and to do an assassination.
I can't pull the trigger. My blood is somewhere else.
Right.
I'm cramping up real bad.
Yeah. So he tells Cole gives Travis a pep talk while he's having a panic attack while being shot at, which is a perfectly reasonable reaction to being shot at, honestly.
Oh, absolutely.
And so he has him distract our assassins while Cole runs over to get into the Viper, and the Viper has been hacked and can't transform, or Frankie tells him that it won't be able to transform soon because it's being hacked. This is not how hacking works, but
It is able to go into defender mode, but he can't do anything else. There's no energy for anything else.
So Frankie gets breaks the hacking enough to give him one missile that he shoots. And I noticed that when Cole shoots the missile, he shoots it at the one booby trap that they didn't disarm.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why do you need to do that? It's a missile.
It is, yeah. But remember, it's one of Julian's non-lethal missiles.
Yeah, okay.
Because
is it? Because those
how do you make
I
a
thought
non-lethal
were different.
missile, dude?
Yeah. I don't remember non-lethal missiles in Julian's loadout. That thing used to shoot electros that
It shot
would
both.
stop cars.
Yeah.
he also blew up doors with it.
I was imagining an F-16 pilot switching to beanbag rounds. Like, how does that work? Okay. And, okay, so I just want to point out here that, okay, so this wraps it all up. And I love how Cole fires, or actually they did this in the first season as well, how they fire weapons on the Viper by pressing the mirror adjusting buttons on the steering wheel.
Yep.
So, yeah, they capture... Yeah, it pretty much wraps up at this point. I just got to say, man, I thought, were you guys thinking that when we find out Travis's cold name was fucking Wolverine, he was going to be either a cyborg or maybe a mutant or something? But no, he's just a regular ass dude.
Yeah, he's a regular ass dude who stood up against the forces of evil, much like Wolverines.
Yeah, those Wolverines. Yeah.
Yeah. Now we cut to our movie break. Did everybody watch Red Dawn?
Which one?
The new one.
The remake with Thor. That was.
Yes.
I thought it was okay. I enjoyed it.
I've not seen Red Dawn.
Either of them?
Either of them.
The first one is great.
It's
it has,
so cheesy,
but it has
so cheesy.
It has an
because
ass-kicking
honestly, your
montage.
Taste is suspect.
No, but it has an ass-kicking montage where you get to watch Jennifer Grey and Emilio Estevez, or I know that's not Emilio. Is
I
not
think
in this one.
it was Emilio Estevez in that one. I think.
It
wasn't
no, it's
Sheen
Charlie Sheen's in this one.
I think
I was
both in it.
thinking of The Outsiders, but like the Brat Pack shooting machine guns, and it's amazing. And why am I was just talking about her the other day. Marty McFly's mom, Caroline in the City, Leah Thompson. Yeah. She's there shooting RPGs, and it's amazing.
You mean the director of Star Trek Picard?
Yes.
I wasn't aware of that.
Oh yeah, she directed several episodes of Star Trek Picard,
Yeah.
as well as being in the wonderful Jim Varney vehicle, Beverly Hillbillies.
Oh my god. Actually, you know what? Red Dawn would be a good one for cool girls. That is, you should throw that suggestion over there.
I'm okay with that because that means I get to watch Red Dawn with my wife, and I will watch Red Dawn at any time.
God, it's so bad.
Okay,
It's so good.
I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this rule out there.
Mm-hmm.
If they want a suggestion, they'll ask for one.
Well, no, see the problem. So the thing
I
that's
know. I'm not trying to be a mansplaining here. I'm just
I know.
saying.
The
that's
thing
all.
that's
I want to see them do everything. You know. By the way, I tried to. You may have seen this image floating around the data web, but there's a really cool picture of Knight Rider and Airwolf, the A-Team van, and Street Hawk all together. Like there's a few different versions of like the badass 80s hero shows, and I was started working on one for Viper, having Viper at the center, and I was going to try to do one for the decades for the 90s. But the problem is I couldn't find anything else like that in the 90s. Yeah.
Well, there
like
is.
I was looking up action sci-fi shows in the 90s and have like iconic cars. Viper's pretty much it. I mean, we had like Sequest, but how am I going to put a fucking submarine with the Viper, you know?
can do it.
and like
driving
there was
along the coast.
there was Space Above and Beyond, which was kind of cool, and I could put one of those.
Space Above and Beyond. Go listener, if you want to check out more about Space Above and Beyond, go listen to Yum Yum podcast covering
Yeah,
Space
buddy.
Above and Beyond. Throw them a listen.
But yeah, speaking of listeners, if you know of any obscure action 90s TV shows with iconic vehicles, hit us up on Discord, because I really want to make this thing with Viper at the center. And
To be
have,
fair,
like, some other,
what's the motorcycle from the 80s one?
Street Hawk?
Street Hawk. Street Hawk isn't iconic. That show
Yeah,
lasted one season.
Yeah, that's
Like-
true. But it's still it's there. It exists. You know. All right. Anyway, back to Viper. Yeah, we pretty much wrap it up.
This is it.
Everybody's
yeah.
getting arrested.
Yep.
Frankie's allergic to Oat brand credits.
Oh, but we
Like-
also find out. So one, our bad guys, the Bateses, the Mr. and Mrs. Smith, their big regrets is not like we were evil and we murdered people for our own personal gain. It's we would have been great parents.
No, you wouldn't. No, you would not have been good parents at all. Like,
And nobody even says that. Like, you were just trying to murder a man.
Yeah.
Like, how are you
It's
going to
like-
treat your kid getting a C?
yeah, and the whole subplot or main plot, I guess, of this corrupt secret cell within the CIA. That's pretty much the exact same plot as Burn Notice. So I'm wondering if Burn Notice.
Burn Notice is so good.
Yeah, like that's exactly what the plot of Burn Notice is. It's like this secretive cell within the CIA.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I should check the writing credits and see if there's any crossover there. So, I'll bet you
But we also find out, yes, Frankie is allergic to bran, but he also managed to shit out all the high cholesterol.
oh yeah, his cholesterol's back down.
His
And
cholesterol
this
is amazing.
And how much time went through this episode? Like a matter of days? At
About
the most?
5 days.
That's not how cholesterol works, dude.
No,
Like,
it is. And this is why Viper is important. Listeners at home, this is Ben, your internet quack doctor. I'm a entity legally distinct from Ben, your internet dad, saying if you have high cholesterol, just poop it all out.
okay, all right. Yeah, I need to lose weight, so let me just. And then, yeah, my
The secret
cholesterol
to
is
losing
terrible,
weight,
so is just
Poop
shit it
more
all
than
out?
you eat.
Is poop more than you eat? All right,
Yep.
let me write that down.
If you poop more than
Okay.
you eat, you lose weight.
Actually, well, I mean, yes, true, but very difficult because you need to still eat more than you're going to poop.
Look
because
at you,
there's
Xhafer,
digestion.
being the voice of
But-
reason again.
But I will say, fun fact: you actually lose most fat through breathing.
You lose weight by breathing.
Weird.
Yeah,
I guess I don't breathe
so just
enough.
breathe. Yeah, just breathe more.
Just breathe more.
Get a CPAP.
But at one
do you
point,
do?
right here in our wrap up, did anybody notice the medal that Tom Joe Mike gives to our guy Travis? Or had
Oh.
you guys both completely checked out by this
Oh,
point?
I was checked out. I know
That
he
was
gives
the
him
Medal
back.
of Honor that he pawned off, right?
Yeah, but
Yes, but it's green.
it is.
It's a green Medal of Honor, letting us know we're in the future. And also, I'm just like, hey, you know
pretty sure
what
you
you
can-
could really do right now? Offer Travis a job.
Yeah, no shit.
He's a super spy.
Yeah, he's
got
the
no
Wolverine.
Yeah, he's got no attachments. We glossed over it, but his family was fridged. Like he is absolutely like he's in your debt. There is nobody better to take that fourth slot on the Viper team.
Yeah. And they send him. He goes back to the CIA to, I guess, get his job back because he mentions like
Well,
make sure
and
they give him the back pay and stuff. I'm like, how do you? That's a bad idea. He should fake his death again and go undercover and work for Viper Team.
Or
that's the smart thing
just
to do.
get his back pay and then work for Viper. Like, but anywho, that is the end of this 9.5 out of 10. A few little quibbles.
Yeah, Frankie's allergic to oats to credits, and Frankie at least has this brand, yeah. And at least he has the same shirt on from the last scene this time. His shirt count is up to 6 in this episode.
I don't know
7,
if I own
don't forget
6
that jumpsuit
shirts.
counts.
I don't know if I own 6 shirts.
All right.
That's awesome.
You ready to do a dice roll, see where we're going?
Yeah.
Roll low.
Yeah, roll low.
I don't
That is a 13.
I don't believe you.
Fuck off.
I don't believe you.
I would hold the dice up to the webcam, but you're not going to read them, or you're just going to say I'm lying regardless.
Xhafer,
So I'm not going to give
Are
you
you
the
telling
opportunity.
me I would not follow the rules? I've
I'm
never heard
saying-
anything so insulting in my life.
I'm saying that you play a big I will always follow the rules game, so that way when you do break the rules, no one suspects you. I'm onto your shit, Curly. All right.
Yeah, it's this long con I've been playing for almost 20 years.
All right. We got season 3, episode 19, Homecoming.
Damn it. This episode 18 is called Hot Potato. We missed that one.
Cole returns to his hometown to help his father solve a mystery when the local police chief dies.
Oh, no. Damn it. This was going to be our go back episode. So I'm going to have to find a new go back episode because I went through IMDb and I just scrolled. And this is great for Viper because Viper doesn't have any, for seasons like 2 onward, I think, on IMDb, it doesn't have any thumbnails for the episodes. It's just the same. So I don't get any spoilers. So I just scrolled through looking for the highest rated episode of the series. It was the pilot was the highest rated episode. Second is this one. It's with a 7.9 on IMDb. So the highest rated episode was like an 8.2, which was the pilot. I gotta say, I'm not a fan though. I feel like the vibe changed after season 1. Like this Viper in broad daylight driving around for the car chases. No,
It feels like the budget got severely cut.
Yeah, like in the first season, in the first 2 episodes we saw, we had Viper driving the city streets at night, like it's this secretive organization and shit. And that's what I was hoping for, like a more cyberpunk kind of feel, maybe. Like we had our
Sylvia's
underground
goon
data web
guy.
auctions.
Sylvia's goon guy who was running the auction had more guns in that episode than all the goons in this episode combined. It's not to say there wasn't a lot of guns. He just had a lot of guns. All right,
this is the first
prediction
episode
time.
we've seen that didn't have car guns. Damn it.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, anyway, yeah, time for predictions.
Lincoln, what are you doing up there?
Guessing. I guess no one's coming.
I have seen into the future.
You ruined the prophecy.
I can start us off. Daytime. The CIA is the bad guy this season. I don't know that we're going to get Mr. and Mrs. Smith back in this next episode we're going to see.
Not.
But that Splinter CIA cell, we're going to be hearing more from them. My evening, we are going to watch an episode that involves someone from not the driver's past.
I was worried you were going to say we are going to watch the Bates' sex tape.
No, we're not. So we've had every episode we've watched, except for one, had someone from the past of the characters in it, and it's always been the driver. Not counting like Julian's friends, but they're not really from like his past; they're from his present. We're gonna get one with someone from Frankie's past, or Cameron's past, or maybe that guy in the credits that
we didn't see in this episode.
And this is a bold prediction, knowing that this next episode is literally about the main character's father.
Yeah.
But mathematically, we've got at least 2 episodes left, so I think we'll get there.
All right. Give us your prime time.
Prime time. Ben will cry during the series finale.
Oh, this is the best prediction yet. I love it. Yeah.
I want to change mine to Xhafer will cry during one episode, but not in the same way.
Can we please watch something else?
Frustration.
All right, let me go next.
All right, go for it.
All right. So my daytime prediction: Frankie goes through at least another 3 shirt changes in a single episode.
Easy pick, easy point.
Yeah. I'm doing a curveball here because I missed last episode.
Who was the girl from Mallrats who demanded she get paid in also her clothes? Because I feel like that might be what Frankie is doing.
He gets paid in clothes.
Well, it's just like, hey, as a bonus, I also take home my wardrobe. Because there's one character in Mallrats who it's supposed to take place over a couple of hours at a mall, and every time they run into her, she has a different outfit. Because the thing was like, I get to take all my clothes out.
Oh man, yeah, it's been decades since I've seen that movie. Okay, so my evening prediction, which is similar to Xhafer's but slightly different, we get another corrupt government agency. Like, it's not necessarily going to be the CIA, but the main villain is going to be
separate corrupt government agency, so it has to be someone from the FBI that's corrupt, or
not the CIA.
Something
It'll be
something
something
okay.
different. Yeah. And my primetime prediction: Viper boat.
Are we talking Danger Boat?
Yeah, I was playing Spy Hunter the other day at the Cidercade close to my house, and it had the old Daisy. Calm the fuck down. Okay, sorry about my dog here. And I was playing the old school Spy Hunter arcade game, and you always get to that stage where you have to park the car and then in the boat house, and then you get the water level where you're driving the boat. I don't know if the Viper is going to turn into a boat or it's going to be a separate thing. Either way, there's going to be a Viper boat.
All right. Well, it's my turn. My daytime prediction: at least one more cast shakeup. Might not just be that we never see that fourth guy, but something. Our main cast is going to get mixed up one more time.
Every season, there's a shakeup.
It feels like that kind of show.
Yeah.
Okay.
My evening prediction: ninjas with an exclamation point. There's going to be ninjas. And my prime time: Frankie is our last man standing.
Like, you know what? I like Frankie.
At the end of our show,
this.
Frankie is going to have been our true North Star. Like, it is going to end with Frankie in the base with the Viper. Like, it's okay, baby. I always love you.
So, okay, though, this is now specifics for this prediction. The final scene we get in the finale, is it going to be with Frankie? Frankie going to be in it, or
no? But he's going to be
we getting that
there
specific,
with what is our Viper team at the end.
Okay, sounds good. Well, with all that being said, what's left to do?
That was it. That was last time on episode 75.
No way.
The one where Vic counts all of the T-shirts Frankie wears. Yeah.
I would wear those shirts. I would wear Frankie.
We had to
shirts.
let Allie go. Think of my dry cleaning bill.
I didn't
right.
like Frankie starting off in the first episode, but now he's grown on me. He's my favorite guy.
The episode where he says curly in a racist epithet is the one where you're okay with him now?
Yeah, I'm okay with him now. Yeah.
All right. Well, all we got to do is say thank you. So let's go ahead and say thank you.
Thank you.
Ripe. Hey, Goon Squad. We fucking love that song. They got a couple shows planned. Go check them out. Including, I believe, one kind of close to you, Vic.
Yeah.
Yes.
So go give them a listen on streaming services. And thanks so much for letting us use Goon Squad as our theme.
Awesome. Thank you to you, the listener. If you enjoy our show, please leave us a review. It's been months since we've gotten a new review. So if you're out there, please leave us a review. And if you do, we'll give you a shout out here on the show. And if you don't like our podcast, then just keep that shit to yourself.
And feel free to just say hey. Join us in the Discord.
Yeah.
And we've been having a lot of fun over there recently.
Yeah, my notifications are through the roof in the fucking Discord.
The Discord's been a lot of fun lately.
Haven't.
And also, thank you over to our sibling podcast, Cool Girls Don't Look at Explosions.
Is it sister podcast?
Well, it's a spin-off podcast.
Yeah,
they
but
spun off of this podcast from our April Fool's Day episode last year.
Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun. So go give them a listen.
And we'll see you next time on Last Time On.